Statement separation. In Visual Basic, white space indicates separation between words. To separate two statements in Visual Basic, you use a new line. So that means if you want to break the statement and write down another statement, you just have to start it in a new line. That is it. Other C-style programming languages uses semicolon to separate statements. But Visual Basic, just a new line and you are fine. Here is an example. Dim height as integer equal to 10. And then we have area equal to height multiplied by height, which is in the new line. This makes it clear for Visual Basic to understand that both of the statements are separate. Continuation character. Underscore is used to continue the same statement on the new line. And this is the example. Dim my name as string equals underline John. This means when you have a long statement and you want to make it visible by using a new line, you can do that using an underscore. So if you are typing an underscore, the Visual Basic will know that the next statement is not a separate statement but a part of the previous statement itself. This way you can write down the same statement using many lines, just you have to put the underscore at the end of line. And now let's take a look at some literals. A literal is a text representation of a value for a variable. In Visual Basic, literal types includes string, integer, date, boolean, floating point and character. Let's take a look at some examples. Dim my name equals John. Here we are assigning the value John to our newly declared my name variable. Visual Basic itself will know that because John is written in double quote, the variable must be a string. Next, dim my number equals 7. Visual Basic itself understands that 7 is an integer, so it will assign my number as integer. Dim my float equals 25.5. Here Visual Basic will see that there is a decimal point, so it will take the value 25.5 and understand that my float is a double. Dim my bool equals true. So Visual Basic look at true and it understands that my bool must be a boolean value. So in this way you can declare variables and assign values using the literals. Visual Basic also includes some literals where you have to explicitly indicate the type. So unlike these literals where you just assign the value and Visual Basic itself will determine the data type of the variable, you have to explicitly tell Visual Basic which is the type of the literal. Don't be confused. You'll get this when it comes.